A major general who served as a pallbearer at Prince Philip's funeral has been dismissed from the army after a drunken attempt to kiss a female colleague. James Roddice, a married father of 3, was caught inappropriately touching a female RAF officer's hair and kissing her without consent. At his court-martial on Wednesday, he admitted to disgraceful conduct of an indecent nature and was expelled from the armed forces. He received a 6-month suspended prison term, with a 2-year suspension, along with orders for 30 days of rehabilitation activities, 150 hours of unpaid work, and compensation to the victim amounting to £2,500. During the sentencing, Judge Advocate General Alan Large condemned Roddice, stating, "The kiss and touching of the victim was clearly an indecent act and your conduct was persistent, to a degree." Read more. Queen Elizabeth II to be honoured with new monument in iconic location. Large chastised the former officer, saying, "This was an escalating course of indecent conduct and when you grabbed her face and kissed her you intended to do just that." The incident ends Roddice's distinguished career, which included receiving the Distinguished Service Order, DSO, 2 Queen's commendations, and a mention in dispatches for his service in Afghanistan and Iraq, reports The Mirror. Major General Roddice has been dismissed from the armed forces. Image, Alamy. During a night out in Japan, Roddice and his fellow servicemen, while off duty, found themselves embroiled in an incident after heavy drinking at a karaoke bar. Prosecutor Gran Coombs detailed the events, explaining that both the complainant and the accused were intoxicated. Coombs said, "By the time the group headed to the karaoke bar, the complainant accepted that she was drunk and it became apparent that the accused was drunk." He described how Roddice began to harass the woman. "He begins to touch and inappropriately touch and play with her hair and touch her ponytail before putting his arm around her." The prosecutor recounted the victim's reaction. She turns to the accused and asks him to stop. She turns towards him and raises her finger appealing to him to stop. She says she didn't know what else to do to stop him touching her hair. Coombs continued, noting the escalation. The accused continues to touch her and pulls the bobble out, causing her hair to roll down, and he says to her that her hair looks better down. You can see her raise her eyes and indicate her displeasure. The aftermath of the assault was also described. Shortly afterward, as a result of what the accused had done, she left the bar with another member of the group. She says she felt really angry and was upset about what had happened. The victim was carrying out her duties. She attended the social event as part of her duties and was expected to attend the final night. The defendant was in a position of responsibility and trust. The offences took place in public. The royal family looks on as the Duke of Edinburgh, Prince Philip, is carried into St George's Chapel in Windsor Castle. Image, PA. The complainant, deeply affected by the incident, shared in her statement, "My main concern is how powerless I was that night. It has left me feeling vulnerable." Meanwhile, Jane Bickerstaff-Casey, representing the defense, detailed the consequences faced by Roddice. "He has been through a formal disciplinary process and his commission has been revoked. He is not allowed to refer to himself as having been a major general in the army." She further highlighted the severity of the fallout from the misconduct, stating, "This conduct taking place over a few minutes has resulted in the loss of a career that he spent 30 years building, a distinguished career in which he has received a number of citations." Bickerstaff-Casey expressed sympathy for her client's situation, noting, "You will appreciate that he has lost not only his career but the future potential prospects of that career. When one appreciates, as James Roddice does, that one only has oneself to blame, It is a bitter pill to swallow,